G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel. Here's the latest update on my Sony VTR restoration project. In the last video, I fixed up the pinch roller arm and got it working again, reassembled it and played a tape, and it was playing mostly fine, except for the fact that I can't pause the tape because the tape keeps rolling in pause mode. Well, anyway, Richard commented on my on that video when I upload to YouTube, saying that there's a brake that there's a chamois brake that actually engages the supply reel cog, and it goes. It halts the supply reel cog, and it should pause the video. Well, I found that, there's the brake over there. I put in the pause mode. I find that the brake is not fully engaging the cog. So I did a bit of research, and looks like I've got to make adjustments to these nuts down here. Well, for now I've decided against, because really I don't care to pause the video. I just want to transfer the contents off the tapes. Pretty much all I need for this machine to function is the play, stop, fast forward and rewind. I don't care much about the pause function. So that'll be something I'll do later on down the line, because it's going to be a bit of a pain to try and adjust those nuts without taking parts off again. I prefer not to do that. The machine is mostly working, and I'd rather not bugger around with it and potentially offset something. But anyway, I thought about sticking a piece of rubber over the brake, but problem is it'll be a bit too close to the cog, because while it's not engaged, it does get into close range. So I put it in the play mode. It gets within reasonably close range, looks about 2 millimeters off, maybe 3, just on sight. When I go into pause mode, it engages it, but it's not fully engaging it. When I go into fast forward mode, it's about 2 to 3 millimeters off. In rewind mode, it's roughly about 2 to 3 millimeters off, about 2 millimeters off. So if I do decide to put this on, I've got to make sure that there is a bit of clearance space. Otherwise, it's just going to be a matter of adjusting these nuts, which I prefer not to do that at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just put the machine back together, put all the covers and stuff back on, and just leave it as is, and transfer tapes. It's pretty much a working machine, good enough to transfer tapes, so I'm happy enough with that for the moment. Alright, I'll get back to you when I've put the machine back together. Okay viewers, I've now reassembled the VTR, and here's its playback. Sorry for the flickering screen, because my camera's recording at 60 frames a second, whereas the TV's at 50 frames. But generally, the playback's generally pretty good. I'm getting the odd offset horizontal lines here and there. It's probably been like that even before actually no, it looks a bit, I just don't recall having a lot of jagged lines. I'm seeing a bit of jagged lines, and there's a bit of tracking issues and stuff. But one thing I notice, the tape is a bit more stickier than usual. So I'd say the tape's gotten a little bit sticky, so I've left it in the shed for a little while, and yeah, I'd say the warm weather has started to make it a little bit on the sticky side. So yeah, I'm getting a bit of jagged lines here and there in the picture. I know a time-based corrector will fix that issue, but yeah, yeah, I don't recall having, you know, as many jagged lines in the picture as I previously had. But you can see. Yeah, I'm going on. It's now going to the next recording. So yeah, this is some 4-3 gameplay. I'll try and focus this picture. Camera's not always focusing very well. But yeah, no, it's just there's a fair bit of jagged lines here and there. I'm going to have to just look at the recordings. So I did transfer this tape afterwards to digital. So I'm just going to have a look at the quality of the digital transfer and compare it. But yeah, I'm just getting jagged lines here and there. I think that's a symptom that you get when the tape's a bit on the sticky side. The tape is kind of peeling off. When I fast forward, and then I go to pause mode, the tape sort of wraps around and comes to. Yeah, as seen, the pause mode don't work, but that's simply because I haven't fixed the brake issue with it. But I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. I'm going to leave that for another time. Main thing, as I said earlier on, main thing I want to do is just transfer tapes. Really, I don't really care to just pause the video. If I pause it and hold this down, it'll stay in a pause mode. If I want to pause it, I'll just simply hold the tape down. Alright, but anyway, yeah, I'm going to just look at the digital recordings, see if it's got the jagged lines. But then again, I think the DVD recorder actually, you know, has its own time-based corrector inside and fixes that issue anyways. Otherwise, the playback is still good. It's not like it did have some tracking issues a little bit earlier on in the other footage that I was showing on the screen. But apart from that, the tracking's generally pretty good. I might just do a bit of I've got it on fixed tracking, but I'm just going to manually adjust the tracking and yeah. I'll just try and manually track the tape and see if that fixes the jagged line issue. I'm just thinking of ideas off the top of my head. What I'll do is I'll just rewind back to the Fallout 3 footage again and see what I can. So it's looking slightly better, I guess. I'll just go back to fixed tracking. Not really making much of a difference.
Great to see you again.
Anyway, the tape's playing it back at the right speed, that's the main thing. And the pitch is mostly good, apart from those jagged lines. Alright, well anyway, yeah, I'll have words with Richard Dill and see what he says about those jagged lines. I have that issue with the Philips M1502 VCRs as well, so yeah, it's a common problem with video recorders. You get jagged lines in the picture on playback. Alright, anyway, going to end this video now. I'm glad it's all back together again, and I'd say it's pretty much ready enough to transfer tapes. I'm going to actually connect my time-based recorder, sorry, time-based corrector to the output of the VTR and see if that smoothens out those jagged edges. Okay viewers, yeah, I just realised, yeah, I haven't cleaned the heads in a while when I was playing back these tapes, and I've just given the heads a bit of a clean. There was a little bit of muck on the heads. Anyhow, the playback is way better now, and I should have thought about that earlier on. But anyway, let's just rewind back to the footage of Wollongong that I've done, that I've transferred to this tape. So anyway, yeah, I still get some jagged lines here and there, but that is yeah, that's pretty normal because it was like that earlier on, before I fixed the pinch roll arm issue. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely playing a lot better now after giving the heads a bit of a clean. Yeah, should have thought of that to begin with. Alright, well I'm glad it's now really playing good. It's back to how it was. It's playing how it was before I fiddled around with the deck, fixing the pinch roller arm and all that. Alrighty. Anyway, well, that concludes this video. Stay tuned for my next video on this machine whenever I decide to make another video, or when I decide to finally fix up the pause issue. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.